I'm back with a new video. Today, I read a tweet. Um, New National Shoha Memorial to be built next to Parliament. It got me thinking, when will Britain give a sincere apology for the transatlantic slave trade? And I don't mean apology of, oh, I'm sorry, and that's it, buried in a speech. Britain earned trillions, and I mean trillions, of pounds. Barclays Bank was established because of slavery. A lot of these um, banks and institutions were funded through slavery. You have Liverpool, that was a port where slaves were brought and exchanged. Where is our memorial? If there is one, I'd like to know. Why is it that we can never forget the Holocaust, but descendants of the transatlantic slave trade are told to move on? Last year, 30th of September 2015, The Guardian. Jamaica should move on from the painful legacy of slavery, says Cameron. How does a group of people that's been stripped of their name, their language, their culture, how can a group of people to this day still trying to find out who they are move on? There will never be how can I put this? There will never be a moving on until the powers that be recognize what they did wrong and make a amends to it. Cameron is a descendant of a slave owner or a slave trader. I guess that's how he was able to get into the position where he is now, because his ancestors bought, sold slaves, made millions, was able to put their descendants through school, give them a better um, life, for him to be prime minister. I think it was 200. How much did I think his ancestor got? I don't know how many millions it was for the loss of 200 and odd slaves. So his ancestor was paid reparations, but the descendants of those slaves that was sold, bought, exchanged, tortured, raped, humiliated, aren't given anything. I like to give an example. Say you see a lion, you know, a big, bold, badass lion, and you took that lion from it was a cub. You raised it, you fed it, you played with it, like it was a cat. You groomed it, but it got too big and it started tearing up the house. You say, you know what, I can't handle it anymore. I'm gonna bring it back to the wild. So you bring it back to the wild and you let it go. How long do you think that lion is going to survive? All its life it's been played with, it's been groomed, it's been fed. It didn't have to do nothing but eat, sleep, shit, fart, growl, roar, scratch up a few things and go to sleep. Now one day he's out in the jungle. That lion will die from starvation if not killed by other lions. That's the same thing that's happening to this day, because you had a group of people that was taken from one part of the world, brought to another part of the world, bred like animals, wasn't taught to read or write, and then one day left to get on with it, with no infrastructure put in place so that they can contribute to society or to the world on a whole. Is the reason for Britain not apologizing for slavery or for this transatlantic slave trade is because of guilt? I'm looking at the Guardian again right now, and this was Monday, the 3rd of September 2001. Britain blocks EU apology for slave trade. Now I can acknowledge that England played a great role in the abolition of slavery. But then to block the EU apologizing for benefiting from of the suffering and labor of others is sickening. I was born in Britain. I was raised in Britain. My parents are from Jamaica. This is my country, as well as anyone else's. I don't know anywhere else. And that makes me feel like I'm a second class citizen here. A place that I'm supposed to call home. That's how I feel right now, to know that Britain did something like that and still to this day they won't apologize. And then they're blocking other countries that want to apologize for the slave trade. But yet we must move on. Get over it. We can't get over it because there's institutional racism. We can't get over it because there's stop and search. We can't get over it because there's racial profiling. So what do we do? apology will be a start. Reparations is also needed. The Jews got reparations. The Japanese got reparations. I think the Aborigines of Australia got reparations. I think Germany paid. Who did I pay? I think Germany paid Greece reparations. So aren't the Africans that was taken and sold as slaves and their descendants who still exhibiting behavioral patterns due to what our ancestors went through? Are we not human? Are we not worthy of an apology? Are we not worthy of 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 help to rebuild back ourselves to what we once were? A people that had pride, a people that was educated, a people that took having a family serious. Yes, 6 million Jews died. Yes, it was a bad and terrible thing. But so was the transatlantic slave trade. You can't give reparations to one group of people, give an apology to one group of people, and build memorials for one group of people and tell them that we will never forget what happened. But then you tell another group of people that lost more, was treated worse, weren't given any reparations, to get over it and to move on. I'm coming up to my time, so I'm just going to leave it at this. Britain and the Caribbean will never move forward. The damage caused by slavery can never be rectified until Britain apologizes, gives a sincere apology, and pays reparations to those descendants, just like they paid to the Jews, to the Chinese, or to the Japanese, to the Aborigines, to whoever got reparations.